Have your parents ever sold you for £40 million? Neymar's have. Today's video will be about the controversy behind Neymar's transfer. How much was Neymar worth? 17 million, 57 million, 110 million? Fees are jumping everywhere. In short, Barcelona avoided tax on Neymar, and that's against FIFA rules. The amount that Neymar and his parents received from the transfer changes upon who you're listening to, but it looks like at least over 10 million wasn't declared to Spanish tax authorities. There's more confusion about the money that Santos received. 17 million euros went directly to the club, but there were other fees involved. At the moment, the Spanish government are investigating this, and it means that Rosell, the former president of Barcelona, might face criminal charges. If he did, FIFA might give him a lifetime ban from football. The reason Barcelona went this route is to get Neymar much cheaper, but that's not just about tax. There were several high offers from other clubs, presumably Real Madrid, so investors in Neymar's contract, namely a player investment company called DIS, were confident that he'd go for a high price, having stopped Santos from having to sell Neymar before. Barcelona went through other means, which the investors are quite angry about and currently in court for. As a result of Neymar's transfer, investors only received a share of 17 million euros that went directly to Santos. They would have received about 6 million euros, whereas a more appropriate share would have been around 35 million. The most obvious example of Barcelona's other means of buying Neymar are the two friendlies set up between the two clubs and the pre-sale of 3 players from Santos to Barcelona for 8 million euros. By getting money from the Neymar transfer outside of Neymar himself, they were able to avoid paying off investors. Investors reportedly owned more than half of Neymar's contract, so by making his actual fee to Santos less using other means of payment, Santos had to pay investors less than they otherwise would have. It now looks like Santos may have to pay off some of those investors a bit more, but that's not necessarily illegal. Tax evasion, however, is. Barcelona went around tax laws to give Neymar more money, and are also accused of misappropriation of funds because their ex-president lied about where the money went. But after all the numbers, what does this actually mean for Barcelona? Well, their ex-president Rosell, infamous for his corruption and poor handling of cases like Thiago's and Abidal's, was, as much as he likes to pretend it's not true, encouraged to resign off the back of this. Rosell claims that his 40 million euro payment to Neymar's parents was perfectly legal, but the Spanish courts might disagree. There's a 10 million euro payment in the form of a funny loan that could be interpreted as a bribe, which would be illegal under FIFA rules. 2 million went to Neymar's father for scouting, 4 million went to Neymar's image rights, 2.5 million went to Neymar's charitable fund, and of course Barcelona say that none of these additional contracts were connected with buying Neymar. I think I'll leave you to make your own judgment about that. People are talking about a massive fine for Barcelona, perhaps a ban from European football for a few years, maybe a points deduction. The sources of all of those things are pretty unclear, so I'd be careful, but we do know that Malaga were banned from European competition not that long ago, so it is possible.
If you enjoyed this video, good, because it took me ages, and your thumbs up would go a long way. I'll be answering as many comments as I can, so make sure you drop them below. Click subscribe if you want to see more football analysis videos like this, and hopefully, I'll see you soon.